Hey guys, it's Oscar. Hey, I wanted to talk about a couple of things I got in the mail. Well, it's a shave of the day recap, plus also a couple of things I got in the mail a few days ago. But I had been working. I worked 6 days in a row, and it was in the middle of those days that I had gotten these things that I had ordered that I've been wanting to share with you guys. So it's just been a busy weekend, and today's Sunday, and I just barely used them today. I was on about 5 days of growth, and I just barely used them today, and I want to share them with you because I'm pretty excited about it. Again, it was an amazing shave with all new equipment, and so I'm here to share it with you. Now, when I got the items the other day, I was gonna do an unboxing video like I did when I got the razor and the brush from Leo Freelo did the brush, and then Scott Ferguson did the razor, the sheriff razor. I had gotten them, and I wanted to do an unboxing so I could share with you guys my excitement and my first reactions to them. And I was gonna do that with this stuff too, but again, being busy through work, that just didn't happen. I picked up the boxes from the mail on the way out to work, and I just couldn't wait. They were sitting in my car for a couple days, and I said, screw it, I'm just gonna do it. I couldn't hold out anymore. And I just figured I'll just do kind of a recap presentation to you guys. So the first thing is this Gillette. I want to say Gillette Tech Travel Razor. I think that the head is a Tech head. I'm not sure. Some of you guys who know the vintage Gillette stuff maybe can help me out with that. But it's a small razor. Again, it's a travel razor. So this is a size of the regular Phoenix, which is already a small, the double open comb, which is already kind of a small razor. This is the size of the travel razor. So it's pretty small. It's pretty small. I found it in an antique shop up in Cambria, California, up north, up the coast, up near, if you know where Hearst Castle is, and Big Sur up in California. We were there for a few days after Thanksgiving, and I picked this up. It had scuffing, and it was old. It was in an antique shop, and I figured that would be cool to maybe send off to have it redone. So Scott Ferguson at North Shore Razors did this for me. Now, obviously, I mean, the handle's interchangeable. I mean, but it's a small handle and it's very light, and it is a typical three-piece razor. It is a typical three-piece razor, and but what I noticed right away was the head. It doesn't have the posts. It doesn't have posts to hold the razor in place. But as I was putting the razor in, I then realized I noticed the posts weren't there, and in that I neglected to realize that these little posts in the corner are what holds the blade in place. On these openings here and here, those are what holds the blade in place. And actually, I had no problem. See, it holds that in place. I had no problem with blade alignment or any blade unevenness or anything. So the posts weren't really necessary in this particular case, because those little posts in the corner held it in place just fine. And the base plate is pretty thin, and then the straight bar kind of sticks out a little bit further than a normal straight bar. So again, I had no alignment issues. I really had no issues with the blade placement. And there you go, three-piece razor, travel razor. Now the reason I went with this color scheme was because Rob Phillips at local Gent did this. This is what I call my fucking Merica set. Merica, red, white, and blue. So this is the Karloff brush with the Game Changer synthetic, and this is awesome. Now Rob, when you order, he gives you the option of silver or gold, kind of as in the writing, in the text and everything, in the logo. And with the red, white, and blue, the silver was the bomb. So I mean, it's clear, and it has the you know, it has the red, white, and blue inside. Or I'm sorry, the red and white inside. And then the blue on this part here. And the logo, silver, with a black game changer. Now the game changer, a little while back I had put out to you guys kind of your advice for what synthetic knot I would use to replace in another brush, and it really all came down to either the game changer or the tuxedo, the black and white one, and you know, Rob was pretty adamant with the game changer, and that's what he used in this one. Now there was a lot of backbone on this. It was almost kind of hard to splay, which is okay. I mean, but the application and the lathering and the application were piece of cake. They were really a piece of cake. And right away, I mean, the bulb shape of this knot was just really comfortable, and the brush performed fantastically on its first use. So thank you to Rob. And then let me backtrack just a little bit. Rob, with the packaging, I mean, you know, you've ordered new brushes, so you know that they tend to package them pretty well. But I was just really impressed. It came in, you know, came in a box, but the brush came in this pouch inside of this tube. Again, this is Karloff brush, as in Boris Karloff, I guess, right? And I mean, it was just packaged so thoughtfully. And again, I couldn't hold out in the unboxing, so this is why I'm showing you this now this way. But it was packaged really thoughtfully and very carefully. And same thing with the razor. If you never order from North Shore, it comes in this box here. And here's the flap. Whoops. And it had this twine tied around it. And each piece had its own little kind of a baggie on top of, you know, the shredded paper. And here's just the receipt and whatnot. So, but you know, just in opening, I mean, it's like Christmas, you know, in opening the packaging, and then you're able to take out in the visual right from the beginning. The visual presentation is just really nice, and then the thoughtfulness in the packaging, and you know, they don't want anything to happen, you know, to your stuff. So something that's kind of impressed me. Now, this is the second project I've had with Scott Ferguson, and I'm not sure exactly the process of, you know, the painting. Is it like a really fine misty spray paint, or is it dipped, or what? But what impresses me is that you see there's a lot of little text and writing on the plates. You know, that's where the date codes are and stuff. Which reminds me, this date code is T3. I'll have to look up that date. But what impresses me, and I'll try to make this make sense, is that when it's dipped or sprayed or whatever, see, that texting inside of there is not deep. So you would almost think that when it's painted, that text would almost be filled in. Does that make sense? And I'm not sure of the technique. I've never actually spoken with Scott, except for over, you know, private message and text and whatnot. And I don't know. And then it has the Gillette logo there. And it's still, I mean, it's still clear as day. So anyway, I was just wondering. But so yeah, I just figured, you know, the red, white, and blue would be a killer set to go together. Because I saw the brush, actually I lied, the brush was ordered first, and then I sent this to Scott to have the red, white, and blue motif. And it's not France, damn it, don't anybody say it's France. So yeah, I thought together they went really well. So that was my shave, and I used American Barber to go with it, although it is Italian, but still Italian soap, from RazoRock. Fantastic shave. And finished it with, in barber chop fashion, Barrister and Mann Reserve Cool, which is supposed to be like Floyd Blue. So it was a killer barbershop shave today. But the when I first applied this to my face and I didn't get almost any audible feedback. But I saw it doing its work. Again, I was going about 5 days of growth, but the blade gap and whatnot was not very pronounced, so I didn't know how aggressive it would be, but it just did the trick. Again, there was not very much audible feedback. I'm thinking because of this bar is pretty solid, and I could hear it, and I didn't really feel a lot of blade contact, but it was still doing the work. And then I would feel it, and it was doing. There wasn't a lot of extra work to be done. So the audible feedback wasn't very much, but the work was definitely being done. So this old head here, I loved it. It was fantastic, and all day long I've been it was such a great shave. It really, really was. And then it's small, so it was really maneuverable. And basically I found myself holding the ball end of the handle whenever I was going upwards. And then whenever I was going down or across, I was still... Basically what you would do with your pinky on a normal razor, I was doing with my middle finger here. Kind of just holding it in place and stuff. So it's pretty cool. I mean, you know, it's a great travel razor, and really did the trick. I was really happy with the shave. So, but mainly I wanted to share with you guys, like I said, I want to do an unboxing, but in my impatience, I had to open them a couple days ago, and it wasn't just until this morning that I actually used them. So there you go, Scott Ferguson. This is project number 2 after my Sheriff's Department brush. And Rob, this is my first product from you, so I'm very impressed, and this is my first brush from you. I'm very impressed. I absolutely loved it, and it was just awesome. I had one of those shaves that you just didn't want to end. You know, I would actually reapply and just, I think I'll do another against the grain pass. Or, oh, and then the buffing, no problem whatsoever. No irritation. I had 0 nicks, 0 irritation. It was an all-around fantastic shave. So, RazoRock American Barber, Gillette Travel Razor, redone by Scott Ferguson, North Shore Razors, out of Hawaii. Karloff Merica brush, Game Changer knot, local gent, Robert Phillips, thank you. All around, great shave. So I hope everybody's well on this Sunday, back to the grind tomorrow, and that's it. Everybody be well. Peace.